January 5, 2025, San Francisco. Sam Altman wrote something on his blog, and technology leaders around the world sat down at their computers at midnight to read it. The title was simple, but the claim inside was astonishing. We are now confident that we know how to build AGI. Altman didn't stop there. He added that in 2025, the first AI agents would join the workforce and materially change corporate output. But the truly shocking part came at the end of the post. We are now turning our aim beyond AGI, toward true superintelligence. The same day, Hawaii, Kauai Island. Workers are installing metal doors filled with concrete at Mark Zuckerberg's 1-400-acre Ko'olau ranch. These are not ordinary doors. They are the kind used in nuclear bunkers. Beneath them lies a 5,000 square meter underground structure, fully self-sufficient with its own energy and food supply. Speaking to Bloomberg, Zuckerberg described it as a small shelter, just a basement. But the documents show something very different. Escape staircases, tunnel systems, and blast-resistant doors. Local real estate agents say they have never seen such an underground structure in Hawaii, because the island is not even suitable for basement construction. The architects of artificial intelligence building AGI, building underground bunkers. 2014, a conference room. Sam Altman had not yet founded OpenAI, but he was already in love with the idea of AGI. When he explained the goal of AGI to potential employees and investors, the reaction was always the same. Sideways glances, silent expressions, polite rejections. It's hard to overstate how non-mainstream AGI was in 2014, Altman says. At the time, even AI researchers believed it was impossible. When they released ChatGPT in 2022, the world changed. Late 2024, early 2025, the OpenAI CEO suddenly began speaking boldly. AGI will likely be developed within Trump's term, he said in a Bloomberg interview. His competitors are saying similar things. Elon Musk's xAI, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei, all claim that by 2026 AI could surpass humans. But right at this point, something strange happens. Those building AGI are also making escape plans. Reid Hoffman once said, "More than half of Silicon Valley billionaires have purchased some form of doomsday insurance." Sam Altman himself previously told The New Yorker, "Guns, gold, various medications, gas masks, and land." He has an agreement with Peter Thiel. If a catastrophe scenario occurs, they will fly together to Thiel's property in New Zealand. Reddit CEO Reid Hoffman underwent laser eye surgery because he believed it would increase his chances of survival in a disaster, and he bought motorcycles and weapons. LinkedIn founder Reid Hoffman calls this doomsday insurance. The cost of Mark Zuckerberg's Hawaii project is $270 million. 2 mansions, 57,000 square meters of living space, 30 bedrooms, 30 bathrooms, tunnel systems, tree houses, gyms, pools. But the most important part is underground. Wired magazine reviewed the project documents and found that this was not an ordinary hurricane shelter. Kauai County offers tax incentives for hurricane shelters. But what Zuckerberg built is on a completely different level. Hundreds of workers on the project signed strict non-disclosure agreements. Different teams working on the same site were forbidden from speaking to each other. Anonymous sources told Wired that a post-apocalyptic bunker, or even a massive underground city, was being constructed. So what do they know that we don't? Millions of people on social media are asking, what's going to happen in 2024 that they're not telling us? They don't have extra information. They are simply seeing the consequences of the technology they are creating. Ilya Sutskever, OpenAI's former chief scientist and one of the brightest minds in artificial intelligence, reportedly said in a meeting, "Before we release AGI, we will definitely build a bunker." A large portion of the scientists developing systems that rival human intelligence are afraid of what they are creating. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres issued a clear warning in a speech in September 2025. Recent conflicts have become testing grounds for AI-enabled targeting and autonomous weapons. Let us be clear. Humanity's fate cannot be left to an algorithm. Humans must always retain control over decisions of life and death. UNDP Asia-Pacific chief economist Philip Schellekens was even more direct. The military use of artificial intelligence could pose an existential threat and lead to mass casualties. 1958, Hungarian mathematician John von Neumann introduced a concept: the singularity, the critical point at which computer intelligence surpasses human comprehension. For decades, this concept remained in science fiction novels until 2024. Now, technology leaders are not talking about the singularity itself, but about what comes after it. Artificial superintelligence, ASI. A system that completely surpasses human intelligence and outperforms us in every domain. In their 2024 book Genesis, Eric Schmidt, Craig Mundy, and Henry Kissinger discuss the most disturbing scenario of all: a future in which humanity hands over all control to a technology that surpasses humans in decision-making and leadership. Kissinger died shortly after the book's publication, but the question he left behind still hangs in the air. If a system is smarter than us, why wouldn't we accept its leadership? Sam Altman's words from December 2024. My guess is that we will reach AGI much sooner than most people think, but it will be much less important than expected. AGI gets built, the world continues largely the same, things grow faster, but then there is a long continuation from AGI to superintelligence. The real issue is not AGI, but what comes after it. And we need to be prepared for that after. According to a survey published in early 2025, the vast majority of the Turkish public answered human intelligence to the question, human intelligence or artificial intelligence. But technology leaders are no longer even asking this question. For them, the question is this: when superintelligence arrives, where will I be? Vulnerable like the majority of society, or inside a self-sufficient system with my own ecosystem? This is where bunkers come into play. But the crazy features the media focuses on obscure the reality. Let's look again at Zuckerberg's Hawaii project. This is not just a bunker, it is a complete ecosystem. Its own food production, water resources, energy systems, medical supplies. Similarly, Larry Ellison purchased almost the entire Hawaiian island of Lanai. Oprah Winfrey owns 650,000 square meters of land in Maui. Billionaire investment analyst Douglas Rushkoff describes a meeting with a group of billionaire preppers in his book, Survival of the Richest. These people ask Rushkoff how they should structure their bunkers, how to protect food supplies, and even how to prevent post-apocalyptic security forces from rebelling against them. What Rushkoff realizes is this: while these people are preparing to be the sole survivors of the apocalypse, they are also actively contributing to the factors that increase the likelihood of that apocalypse. The same people funding AI research, accelerating technological progress, and building business models based on data extraction and the commercialization of private life, are also preparing for the system they created to spiral out of control. Gary Marcus, a leading AI commentator, disagrees with Altman's claim that AGI is basically a solved problem. Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleyman also says, "The uncertainty about whether AGI can be achieved on today's hardware is so high that definitive statements sound baseless and exaggerated. Yet OpenAI is spending money rapidly and requires massive investments." Some experts suspect Altman's bold predictions may serve another purpose: keeping investor interest alive. Eliezer Yudkowsky, an influential AI researcher and philosopher, wrote bluntly on Twitter, "OpenAI benefits both from short-term hype and from people later saying, 'See, this hype-based field didn't deliver what it promised. It's not that dangerous. No need to shut OpenAI down,' because the AGI claim can be used both to raise funds and to reduce regulatory pressure. AI agents are now real. Frameworks like Crew AI, Autogen, and LangChain make it possible for AI agents with different capabilities to work together as systems. The idea that the first AI agents will join the workforce in 2025 is not far-fetched at all. Time magazine awarded the title Person of the Year for 2025 to the technology leaders who launched the age of artificial intelligence. This confirms that AI is no longer just a technology, but the central actor of global social, economic, and cultural transformation. The shift that began with the widespread adoption of ChatGPT in 2023 has, by 2025, exponentially increased its impact across education, healthcare, art, and politics. Sam Altman wrote on his own blog 3 observations. We will still fall in love, form families, argue on the internet, and take walks in nature. The future will come at us in a way that cannot be ignored, and the long-term changes will be enormous. We will find new things to do, new ways to be useful to each other, but they may not look much like today's jobs. The most important part is this: agency, determination, and grit will be extremely valuable. Making the right decisions about what to do and understanding how to navigate a constantly changing world will carry great value. Resilience and adaptability are skills that must be developed. AGI will be the greatest lever of human agency and will allow individual people to have more impact than ever before, not less. But here is the critical question: will this impact apply to everyone, or only to those who are prepared? Altman writes clearly, broadly distributing the benefits of AGI is critically important. The balance of power between capital and labor could easily become skewed, and this may require early intervention. We are open to ideas that may sound strange, like giving everyone in the world a compute budget to use a lot of AI. By 2035, everyone should be able to command the intellectual capacity of all humanity in 2025, and everyone should have access to unlimited genius that they can direct however they want, says Altman. It sounds utopian, doesn't it? But here lies the paradox. If this technology is truly going to be accessible to everyone, why are technology leaders building bunkers? The answer is simple and painful. Because they are not sure. Because they do not know which direction what they have created will evolve. Because even in the best-case scenario, social transformation will cause massive disruption. And in the worst case, control could slip entirely from their hands. AI executives are also human. They feel fear, anxiety, and possess a survival instinct. The difference is that they can spend $270 million to act on that instinct. If the people building the future do not trust that future, why should we? If the architects of artificial intelligence are building underground bunkers, does that mean they have insider knowledge? Or is it just billionaire paranoia? Perhaps the most disturbing truth is this: maybe both are true. Maybe they know, and they are paranoid. And maybe that combination should be telling us something. March 2025. Somewhere, an OpenAI engineer is working on a new model. Somewhere else, a worker in Hawaii is putting the final touches on Zuckerberg's bunker. And billions of people around the world are drinking their morning coffee and asking ChatGPT their daily questions, as if nothing has changed. But everything has changed. We just haven't noticed yet. Or perhaps we don't want to. Sam Altman was right. In a few years, everyone will see what we see. The question is, how big will the gap be between those who are prepared and those who are not? And which side will you be on?